Dear student, uh, class 9 English version. Today we'll discuss chapter 11, the national resource and economic system. The prosperity of any country depends on the nature and amount of national resource of that country. The prospect of development of that country rich in national resource is obviously high. So for knowing about the economy, it is necessary to know first about its resource. Again, to know about the economic system of a country, we should know first about its production and distribution process and method. This production and distribution system is different under various economic system. The economic system includes the method, process, and rates under which the economy of any country is operate. The concept of national resource, very important. Usually resource means land, house, various types of necessary and durable goods, gold, silver, etc. In the real sense of the term, if any material or goods can be termed as resource, the said goods have to hold utility, insufficiency, visibility, and exchangeability. So we can say it, any goods can be termed or uh, should have resource, should have record as a resource um, to hold utility, insufficiency, visibility, and exchangeability. Utility is the ability of any goods to fulfill want. Look, these notes, the ability of fulfilling the notes and the needs of any commodity is called utility. For example, human beings have the need or want of clothing, shirt, pant, sari. All these goods have the ability to fulfill the want of clothes. Um, Insufficiency means limitation of supply compared to demand. Look here, uh, when the supply of any goods or service is less than the demand, goods or service appear as insufficient. For example, food. The supply of food is every country all the time is less than the demand. So money has to pay for getting food. It means the insufficiency of food. Again, man need air for respiration in every moment. Since the supply of air is unlimited compared to the need, man has to pay no price for air. But emergency like hospital, man have to pay for oxygen. Exchangeability means possibility of getting goods by one person from the others, but price has to pay for getting it. Resource or asset can be divided into four classes: personal, collective, national, and international. Personally owned land, house, factory, money, car, goods, etc. are the personal asset. Own intellect, personal skill, though non transferable, but an individual can create resource by utilizing those qualities. So these are included as personal asset. The resources which are enjoyed by all the people of the society collectively are collective asset. All the citizens have equal rights on this asset and they have equal obligation for those assets. Roads like collective asset. Look, these are the example: roads, railway, embankment, park, government, hospital, school, all natural resources under state ownership such as forest, mineral resource, rivers. All the personal, look, all the personal resources of all citizens of the country and collective resource of the society are jointly called the national resource. What is called national resource? Here is answer. Moreover, any qualifying characteristics of the nation, such as skill, creative power, technical knowledge, are included in the national resources. There are some resources that don't belong to any state, so every nation can enjoy those resources, such as ocean, scientific invention, technology. All these are the international resources. uh, Look, the coronavirus vaccine. Who invented, or which country invented, it doesn't matter, but it's a international resources. There are mainly two sources of national resources. The first is the gift of nature. The land inside and outside the geographical boundary of any country is the gift of nature. Natural forest and trees, fruits, animal, birds, rivers, natural water body, fishes, other aquatic animals, trees, water, all types of mineral resources within soil are the natural given resources. Second, the second source of national resources is created by the human beings. The citizens of any country use, collect, and withdraw national resources by using their labor capital, create asset by transforming or transferring those items. Example: man cultivates lands, produce crops, fruit, flower, trees. They cultivate fish in the water, lift in mineral resources, and make it suitable for use. Actually, it's transfer the size, modifying some natural asset, modifying it is called the and modified by the human beings. For example, they cultivate fish in the water. Moreover, man, by their own initiatives or under the finance and control over the government, constructs roads, factory, machinery, vehicle, embankment, bridge, produce various types of industry. In this way, citizens of country are engaged in the creation of various types of goods and services, asset throughout the year. Um, the reservation of natural resource and checking wastage. Preservation means preservation and supervision, especially. We know that the personal asset of all the citizen and collective asset of a country together form national resource. Collective asset include those assets they are collectively owned by all the people, and the state owned natural and produced resource are included too. Preservation is the spatial protection and supervision of any object, goods, and organization is very important for a MCQ, and properly with care. The individual generally keeps his own assets such as money, land, property, gold and silver, furniture, ornaments, own factory or industry, vehicle, with special care for his own asset. We always take care or special care for our own asset. Not only that, they are much active to develop and to increase those. Moreover, everybody supervise those items to check wastage of their own resource. They looking after of asset, preventing the possibility of damaging any asset, replacing the asset damage, are including in the preservation responsibility. The individual don't generally incur express expenditure or misuse of his own asset. He remains always aware for not spending excess of necessity. Preservation of national resource. Roads, bridges, hospitals, schools, the state owned vehicle, car, train, ship, airplane, factory, organization, institution, office, building, important installation, natural resource, land, resources inside and above the land. All these are included as collective asset. The state and people are collectively own all such resources. The people use and enjoy this. The state ensure all the development and welfare of the people by using those resources in a planned way. So the citizens should especially be careful to, but we don't have lot of award for this property, but should have to award this property cause this is our asset, our country's asset, to preserve all such collective resources. Moreover, organization or institution in charge of their collective resource should perform their duties properly. Action to be taken to preserve and check wastage of national resource of Bangladesh. Attention should be given so that the arrangement that is taken by the state to preserve national resource is not hampered. We know that there are security guard for the maintenance of bridge, important establishment, office building. Awareness should be enhanced so that none can harm those resources. But sometimes we are harmful for those asset. If any such misdeed is found, the proper person or authority has to be informed. If you see someone damage this asset, you have to you have to, it's your duty to have informed the respective authority. For example, cutting down trees, it's a public trees illegally from a preserved forest. Hunting birds, bees should be considered as the damage of national resources. Trying to keep the development and increasing of these resources, remaining aware and active to check the misuse and wastage of the collective and the national resources, such as water supply by the state agency, not to use electricity gas without need. We have no need to switch on the light or fan when we not in the room, but we always careless for this. So we have to careful to use the electricity gas. When we go outside of the house, we have to stop or switch off the electric switch and the gas stove without need, and to be economical while enjoying. If each citizen is aware and active, performing respective duty to preserve those resources, it is not hard to preserve the national resources and wastage of all those items. For the preservation and supervision of all such resources, the responsibility and duties of authorized organization are described clearly in the documents of the organization concerned to give necessary training to perform all such duty. So the government agencies or his employees have to need proper training to take care or observe or supervise this asset. Various economic system. The man has a manifold needs, such as he has need or food. Four factors. Production is the transformation of goods or resource from one condition to the others. Such a chair is made from wood. The transformation is production. Four factors are required for production: land, labor, capitals, organization. Uh, mm, Wood for chair is collect from land. For collecting wood, money, and transform wood to chair, machinery and other factors are required. This money and machinery is capital, so we can call it money and machinery is capital. Afterwards, labor or technician is needed who prepares chair from wood, help the machinery and own labor, and the organizer or entrepreneur accomplishes chair produce production and process by integrating land capital labors. Actually, who manage land labor capitals, the entrepreneur or organizer. In this way, man always initiates effort to fulfill his various needs by the help of those four factors. The above mentioned four factors are required to accomplish production process. This money received from the produce assets is divided into the said factors: rent, 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 wage. Rent comes from land, wage paid to labor, and capitals comes from profit comes from capitals. There are the incomes of the factors of production. Through this income, the owner of land, labor, owner of capital or capitalist entrepreneur fulfill their various need and want. We can say from this discussion the economic function that is performed by man to fulfill his various wants. Want this type of stage you see want, effort, production, distribution, consumption. For production, the landowner is given rent for land. We already discussed. Similarly, waste to the laborers, interest to the capital owner, profit to the organizer. All the rewards such as rent, wage, interest, profit are properly distributed speed in economic programs comes and economic welfare is attained. The way how the money values value of total produce asset is distributed among the factors of production. The system or structure under which the ownership of factors of production is determined and the process of distribution consumption is accomplished is called economic system. Four types of economic system are mainly effective in the present world. It is important for your MCQ. The capitalist, the socialist, mixed and Islamic economic system. The characteristic of the capitalist economic system: ownership of components of production. The components such as labor, land, labor, capital, organization are under the individual ownership in the capitalist system. It means the individual achieves the ownership of land with the help of the asset or income. He can employ the laborers can form the capital. The individual can consume and transfer freely his own asset. Actually, individual entrepreneurship or ownership has more freedom. In this case, the individual himself takes all the decision. Freedom to take initiative. The individual alone or collectively can take any initiatives for producing goods or services in the capitalistic economic system and can make necessary investment in this case. The capitalist economy is called the many times as a free market in economy. So we can say capitalist economy is called many times as free market economy. In this economic system, production, distribution, consumption of goods is offered on the basis of demand and supply. The main characteristics of capitalist system are the independence to take decision by individual in case of private ownership and production. It can be said that there is no interference of government in this case because it is capitalistic economic system. So everyone read more and I close my lecture. Next lecture, uh, you got you got and learn all the economic system in the world. So thank you very much.